Hi everyone, I'm Sushi. This is Skybolt Zack, and I'm with Masa.
Yes. Hi everyone.
So we're just going to do a very quick introduction to the game because we won't have a lot of time to explain the basics of the game. So I let Masa explain things because the game is really input heavy, so I cannot talk a lot.
Yeah, it's really fast, and you'll see he will have to focus. So basically, the game is like a platformer mixed with not rhythm, but inspired by rhythm games. And the character has a sonic homing attack, and it works with colors. So basically, when you want to attack a pink enemy, you have to press the pink button. When you want to attack the red enemy, you have to press the red buttons. This is for the PS4 controller. We also have gray enemies that you just saw there, if you can go back down a little. Those work like in pink enemies in Cuphead, so you parry attack with the jump. And one of the most important mechanic is this, directional bump. When you press the stick in the direction and attack, Zack will bounce after the attack off of the enemy. So here pressing up will make you go up, pressing down will make him go down, but after the attack. So this is anticipation, and that's what happens when you press the wrong direction. You go into spikes and traps and enemies. There's also a dash, you can air dash, and the dash reloads anytime you do an attack. And so you can focus your punch to charge an attack and reach further. You'll see that a lot.
You increase the range, and you do some exploits with that. So for the run, we are going to go through the super play mode, the time attack mode, where we do all the levels. And I think right before that, we can read the quick donations.
Yeah, I don't know if, if there's been some new donations.
Yeah, we have a $50 donation from Petite Lee. This is for support a great game and the Colorblind run. And Sushi, don't forget, tu es zéro. Good luck for this world record. Thanks a lot.
Let's try it. So
you are zero, Petit Lee. You know it in your heart.
Okay, let's go now.
Let's go.
Yeah. So ready. So we start time here, right? So we start now in 3, 2, 1.
I have to press the button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Level 1. So this is the first level of the game. Obviously, mechanics are it's pretty straightforward since you only have to use the basic attack to go through the level. But since Sushi knows all the other tricks, he used also the dash because basically that's what you need. And that's done for the first level.
That's level 1.
Yeah, we told you the game was going to go fast. This is the level with the fiercest competition actually on Speedrun. Yeah, almost sub 15 is within reach. Level 2 introducing the dash normally, but we skipped the tutorial, so you didn't see it. But now we taught the player how to dash. So using the bumper, and gray enemies are appearing too. Charging attacks, super jump, but he didn't do it. And here you could see a little trick that by attacking the, doing a focus attack after the bumper, he was able to go further than usually. And this is the only time in the game where Sushi is gonna take. He had just took the bottom exit of a level because in the game, the higher you go in the level, the harder it gets, but the faster it is and the more points you get. But for routing reasons, it's the only time he doesn't take the top exit. So now we are in level 13B and not 13A because this level is much quicker than 13A. Normally, thanks to this skip, super jump, the bumper, and it's done.
This is level 3. Oh yeah. So this one was a level where it introduces the directional bump actually.
Yeah, and the focus attack.
And the focus attack, yeah. I think we can read a quick donation before the...
Yeah, I don't know if there are any new donations or if anything to read.
Yeah, there's actually a few. So $5 from Linkboss. Bienvenue à l'ESA Sushi.
Woo! Yeah, first run.
First time.
First time streaming. No, not streaming, but
first time every time.
Yeah.
Can I go for one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
We have $5 from Shigan. And sorry for my pronunciation here. Bonjour, très content de voir la run de donnerai du ciel sec. Kisses to you, Maki. Enjoy your first ESA.
Thank you.
Yeah, translating the game's name in French.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
it hard to pronounce.
yeah. So we can go for the next level, I think.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's
The
go.
timer stops. The in-game timer stops during loading and result screens. New enemies are introduced in level 4. Those are armored enemy, and they can have 2 different colors. One for the armor and one for the robot underneath. So you have to pay attention to that. Here, taking the middle route, because going up means only more points, but doesn't go actually faster, which is what interest is here. Nope.
Oh.
Okay, wrong route, but it's not a big deal. It's
No
only
big deal,
a split second loss here, but doesn't matter. Thankfully, you got better than your previous run before. So
Yeah, well, at the beginning, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I feel that there are a lot of donations coming in. So
Yeah, they're rolling in really quick here. That's pretty cool. So we have $5 from Trirex saying, "Hey Sushi, it's Trirex76. Good luck for your run and have a nice first run for your first ESA."
This is the only game you speedrun, right?
yeah, I started speedrunning with that. Yeah.
Cool.
Go for
First
one
game
more?
speedrunning. and
Yeah,
first
go.
game,
No.
We have a pretty big one here. We have $78 from
Oh.
Sig
Oh.
Hyper
Thanks.
saying, "Really happy to see my man Sushi run Skybolt Zack, at ESA since it's such an intense game. I think everyone in the room should give him a single clap to cheer him on. On my cue, 1, 2, 3, clap. Have a great marathon."
Okay, let's go for World 2 then.
New world, new enemies. So you're gonna see homing missiles that you can use to put them at the right place and use them to go where you want, and also jumping enemies. And those are trickier because they cycle up and down, obviously, when they jump. So you need to get them at the right cycle. For instance, here, if you don't want to mess up and lose a lot of time. Here again, the cycles. Oh, a
Not a
bit
big
too
deal.
late, but it doesn't matter. And
Not a
that's
big
through only through the red enemies. You may have noticed then the timer stops at the first hit on the door, so Sushi doesn't actually have to mash to the door
Yeah.
at high speed. It was made to save strength during training. New enemies again, the satellites. Those you can push around with the directional bump, so you can really use them to move around the air. Basically, you push them where you want to go next. And here, using them to damage boost through the flames. And that's almost the end of the level, and that's it.
Have any
Free
more
donation spending. So I guess we have to...
Yeah, sure. $30 from Mabru. I really hope Skybolt Zack put a Fire Emblem character in for their next Skybolt Season Pass. Good luck, BliSushi. We have $5 from Rock D. Let's go. Hype train departing now. Go Sushi, go, go, go. Let's eat some croissant after. Welcome to ESA.
Kill robots first, crescent after.
And $10 from Smitty Senpai. Go, go, Sushi. Good luck for your run. Bienvenue à l'ESA.
Thank you so much.
So I know this level used to be, was a run killer at some point, but now after training, let's hope everything goes well, but small damage boost through the flames. Not here though. You only have 4 HP when you're starting a level, so and damage boost can be pretty useful in the game. So here you saw something quite interesting is how he waited to attack the big enemy with the right angle to bounce off of him and dash underneath. Because if he went straight forward to the enemy, he would have had to mash through it, and it takes several inputs, so it takes longer to kill big enemies than to avoid them. But sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And here he had to take at the right angle to be able to.
So we arrive in World 3. World 3 becomes interesting because there's the best friend and the worst enemies. and
Spiked
a
enemies.
lot of cheese actually, but we'll see.
Yeah, World 3 introduced two new kinds of enemies, so I mean two with a
good.
variation. Let's a quick restart. So those spiked enemies, you can't attack them from the side with the spikes, obviously, but there are the version with the shields, and those they bump you into the. You can use them to propel yourself like here, and so that's why there are the scorer's worst enemy, but the speedrunner's friend, because you can use them to damage boost or to bump and propel yourself anywhere else.
This wasn't really great.
Yeah. They didn't go well. But
Whatever.
yeah, sub 12 is still. Actually, he did his PB yesterday or the day before during training session,
Yeah.
and he went sub 10 for the first time. Up, quick trick. New enemies again, the frag enemies. So those one they launch bullets when you kill them, and if you wait long enough, the bullet you can use it as a target. And here we have pretty big skip. That's what we said. We meant when we said that the spiked enemies can be a speedrunner's friend. Just hit the first spike and dash through them, jump attack on the gray one, and you still invincible long enough to skip through the whole passage.
Yeah, I guess we can read some donations quickly.
Yeah, sure. We have $25 from Fina, 17 years old. Sushi, punch those robots like you punch taikos. Step on your enemies like your feet on DDR pads. Fill this chain gouge to the top like Beep Mania Life Bar, and let this epic music guide your fists to the victory.
Whoa.
And to sub 10.
Very cool. Thanks, Fina.
That's a poem she wrote.
Yeah.
One more?
Yeah, one more.
Yeah, sure.
If it's
We have $10 from Babo, I think it's. Go Sushi, show them how it's done, my dude.
yeah, boy.
Yeah. I think we've reached the incentive. The gray enemy jump. You see, he attacked the enemy from underneath because the actual hitbox of the attack is pretty wide. It's like Donkey Kong's forward here, and then you have another skip. So basically, when you do a parry attack, it's all around Zack that you can hit the enemy. So you don't have to actually jump on the enemy, but you can do it from the side or from under the enemy.
Forward 4.
Timing is tighter though. World 4, new enemies, the homing cannons and the lasers. Yeah, I really love the music of World 4, so I'm gonna shut up for a while. And the lasers. Thankfully, you don't need a damage boost at that point of the level, so no big no big deal.
That's unfortunate, but it's still okay actually.
The longer we go in the further we go in the game, the more HP are going to be an important resource, because there are many damage boosts that you can do in the later part of the game. So. And the new obstacle, the bombs. So those, when the red circles and the yellow circles collide, the bomb explodes, and if you're in the range, you take damage. Pretty straightforward. Damage boost through the flame. Another damage boost here to go up. Yeah, still he managed to do it, but it was pretty tight. And here, it's either damage boost or not, but it's stylish and it doesn't actually save time, so he did pretty neat.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, the end of the level is quite tricky, and he could have chosen to damage boost through it, but it doesn't save a lot, so sometimes
it could save a lot of time, but
it's a useless risk.
I prefer this one because it's like stylish and safe. Like,
yeah,
for
it's
it's pretty good.
Yeah, Persona style music. Shoutouts to Aina, the sound composer of the game. He did a great job. This passage is very tricky, and he managed to beat it very well this time, because only hitting the armored enemy once to go through everything. Damage boosting at the end.
Yeah, boy.
And it went really, really well.
It was really cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really cool. World 5. So we have done.
I mean, like point 22 under your best time. Word 5 is the final word. Last type of enemies are the ghosts that you have to activate in the right order. This skip right here went perfectly, because he actually managed to skip 2 patterns with 1 single damage boost, but you have to use like the last iframe to do it. I wish we could do replays, because the game goes so fast it's really hard to explain what's happening right when it's happening. But yeah,
that was good.
that was great.
That was really great.
That went really well as well.
Okay, next one. This one is really tough. It's really, really tough.
It's almost the end. So here the ghosts were very important to hit all of them, because otherwise there wouldn't be the last one, and he wouldn't have been able to go up the upper route. Taking the safe passage, that's good. Go. Super jump, dashing through the enemy, using the first time you hit it with the shield, and then he canceled the bounce back animation with a dash, and he did it so fast that he could go through the enemy.
Wow. Whoa, that's really
Yeah, this
that's a
went
very
really,
good
really well too.
I think that's like my
Might be your best.
best time on this level. Yeah, it is.
It is. Nice. The full run is not going to be a PB, but at least you got one on one of the levels.
Actually, it still can be a PB.
It still can be if you
I
save a lot
really
of-
play
yeah.
well, it can be a PB.
If the stars align.
Yeah, I think we can read a quick donation. Before we
there's
start
one.
This one.
Yeah, we have $10 from Blero saying, "Go Sushi, go! We are waiting for you at Stunfest."
Yeah.
Smiley face.
Everyone's waiting for everyone at Stunfest. Go to Stunfest.
So this will be the last level of the World 5, and this level throws everything at you. There's everything in this level, so it's really, really tough.
Last one, and then it's the boss. There are two final bosses in the game, depending on the route you took. So the thing is that when you take the hard route, obviously you reach the hard version of the final boss. This passage, like he just did, is really, really hard to get right. This is the place I always get hit, because I can't go fast enough. And I wish there was a camera to show you how this guy puts his hand on the gamepad differently depending on what he's gonna do in the game.
Oh, come on.
Not the best cycle, but not the worst one. So that's okay. So yeah, sometimes he goes from normal holding up the gamepad to claw to piano input. That's really really fun to see. Yeah, the damage boost, but it chose to not to kill the enemies, and so he had to charge. And this one is really important. Thankfully, he managed to do it, because otherwise he would have had to hit the big enemies. And please don't dash into the last enemy like last time. Done. Woo. Yeah,
What
you
did I
managed.
say?
Yeah. You
I'm on
managed to
PG
go
pace,
back
actually.
on track. Great. So it all rests on the final boss.
Final boss, which is hell.
Yeah, and there's one last donation, so
I think we can go for it. Yeah, before the boss.
Yeah, we have $5 from Abriel, I think.
Gabriel, yeah.
Yes, saying, "Go Sushi, you're the best. Don't lose, winky face."
Hi to all the Wookie staff.
So the boss is like 3 levels consecutively, and you have no ground. So if you fail, you die.
Yeah, if you fall, you die in the space and you have to start the level again. But the 3 phases are like checkpoints, so everything can go at that point. Phase 1 has 3 damage boosts, so every HP is a scarce resource to spend at the right time. So the 2 first damage boosts went well. Let's hope he doesn't get hit on a...
Oula.
What the...
Oh no, no!
What happened?
I don't know.
Panicking.
I went fast.
No worries. Second damage boost. And here he uses the iframe to actually do a jump attack on the gray enemies, which are normally invincible because they have spikes. So they don't die, but he still uses them as a jumping point. There. And the final damage boost will be here. Here again, using the gray enemies during the iframe to jump over them.
Too bad
First
I
smashing
missed.
phase.
Oh, no,
The timer is stopped here, so yeah, he's doing ora ora muda muda just for the sake of it. Phase 2. Up, skipping the big one. There will be a damage boost very close. The part with the bullets and the cannons here is really, really tough, especially for the beginners. And then another skip. He managed to, he actually hits the pink, the big enemy, to skip it too, and has to go real fast to then skip the labyrinths with the satellites.
I think we can quickly read the donation while I'm slowly mashing this one.
This takes a long time to punch.
Punch. We have $5 from Anonymous saying, to those of you who watched MMPR when growing up, Green Ranger or White Ranger, question mark. Yeah, referring to Power Rangers.
Final phase. First skip. That's been even improved by a damage boost. Went well. Here, going through the spikes. Now with the lasers. And this phase, yeah, this pattern, if you have the right timing, it's very easy to do, but you have to wait for the right window. And another skip, this time intended by the developers. Some of them were here on purpose, not all of them. And it's almost the end. And that's the easy part, and he still has 3 HP to do damage boost at the end, so... Dashing through the missile, the boss gives everything it has. And this is almost
and
time.
So that was actually pretty great.
Yeah, that went quite well.
The retry was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Actually, the run was great.
Yeah, well, 10-12, it's really impressive.
Yeah, that's really cool.
20 seconds from the world record, that's impressive.
So
that may be your second best time.
No. My second best time was like 10:04 something.
Oh,
like
10:04.
But I had no retries.
Yeah. I really love how you, at the end, you managed to, to save up on all the small mistakes that were done earlier, but then, yeah, the retry killed it. But
yeah, but
could have been
it could have been really great, but
yeah.
it's still cool.
It's great.
Can we read some donation and see if we have met the incentive for the Colorblind run?
I think we did.
Yeah, I can read the donations here. We have $40 from Detective Renan.
Yeah.
Saying, j'adore quand tu parlais en français. I think that's referring to me, maybe. Ego Sushi. And $5 from Mutsui, I think. Shout out to Sushi for his first speedrun at an event like this. Please teach me how to cross.
So was the incentive reached?
Yeah, quickly give me a second to update and double check.
Unless all those people didn't put their money on the incentive, it should have been. And thanks for all the donation, guys. You you save children. We don't save the animals here, but we save children.
And yes, indeed, the incentive has been matched to do the final boss while colorblind.
So yeah, so very good. So
yeah,
that's an applause, everybody.
So the colorblind stuff. So the developer thought about colorblind people. So they let you customize your locks by choosing the colors you want. The thing is, you can choose the same color actually. So you can just pick the same color for the enemies. So that throws off your visual cues actually.
But you can still read the inputs.
Well, no longer.
Yeah. So he deactivated the input prompts and put all enemies on the same color, but obviously he still has to press the right button. It doesn't mean that it's a single button game now.
So
just to make it clear.
That's still really hard. Before we start, we can read a final donation, I think.
Yeah, we have.
That's a big one.
Yeah, we have a really big one here. We have a $100 donation from. I'm not quite sure. Either it's CoinX or Coinx.
Coinx.
Coinx. All right.
Thanks,
just saying,
Coinx.
Sushi, tu as perdu.
Thanks. So let's go for that color guy.
$100 for a joke that low.
Okay, let's do this. So now everything is yellow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he put yellow because it's not one of the colors he uses on the PS4 controller.
Yeah, it's
because otherwise it really messes up with your brain. And this guy can actually do a full colorblind run, but...
this is bad. This is really bad.
Yeah, no damage boost at the end.
And here, here is really... I don't know which missile it is.
Actually. Yeah, because they can be either square or circle, but depending on where you happen to be at the time the missile launcher detects you, the first one to shoot is not always the same. So it depends on Zack's position when you reach this part of the level. You can still take a look very quickly at the target around the enemy to see the position of the button of the prompt, but that's that's impossible to do it quickly.
It's really not
easy. Well, now you know which button to mash.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
cheating.
That's convenient.
I can't get enough of the boss's music as well. Ow, ow, ow. What? What's going on?
Don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah, muscle memory for the win.
Should be fine.
Yeah. This part is hard for the first time. In speedrun it's easy, but now with the colors it's getting hard again. And that's the end, so safe. Second phase done.
Yeah.
Last time he trained for the colorblind, he almost did a better run than in the full run. Nice skip.
No.
Yeah, up through the spikes. And this is very, very dangerous because one wrong press means that the shielded enemy will make you bounce right in the middle of outer space to your doom.
Okay.
Skip.
Bam, bam.
Gray enemies are actually reassuring when you do a colorblind because those are still the same. And that's the end.
No considering
the boss throws everything at you. Dashing through the missiles. And done. Count.
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah.
And
I did it! I did it!
yeah,
yeah!
So-
Congrats!
Thank you, thank you. So this was Skybolt Zack. I really encourage you to play the game. It's really
Yeah, I
great.
do too.
Yeah. So that was it, and that's all for me. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think. So shout out to everyone. Join us.
That's
in
the
the
score I
Discord.
do with the colors on. Damn. Thanks everyone. Final donation.
Yeah, I was just about to do that. Before we head off, there's one more quick donation here from $5 from 7Bald7, referring to 70 Razor 7, saying Bienvenue Sushi et j'espérais que tu profites et ton ESA. Super prononciation zoneris. Love you.
Thank you. Ok, merci beaucoup.
Thanks a lot. Merci guys.